Yo, 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 what's up? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I want to introduce you to the massive game collection. This is 24 products that I've done over the past 2 decades, right? That you're going to get for one low price. Check this out. Now, in the massive game collection, you're going to get my audio and video programs, seminars, and ebooks. These audio and video programs include How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day audiobook, The Bad Boys Guide to Dating program, Master Approaching Women in 30 Days or Less, The Magnificent 10 Crucial Dating Tips for Men, Man Up, Principles Every Man Should Live By, The Abundance Mindset, How to Date Multiple Women Successfully, The Confidence Booster, Become the Man Women Naturally Desire, The Conversation Booster, Know Exactly What to Say to Spark Attraction, The Secret Woman Code, 7 Things Women Do to Deceive and Play Games, The Simple Way to Talk to Women, What Every Man Should Know About Sex, Dating, and Relationships, and Stop Being Nice and Friendly, How to Escape the Friend Zone for Good. Now, the seminars you're gonna get are Expectations versus Reality Seminar, The Bad Boy Seminar, The Truth About the Game Seminar, How to Pick Up and Date Multiple Women Seminar, The Manhood and the Game Seminar, Reclaim the Game Seminar, and Step Up Your Dating Game Audio Seminar. And the ebooks that you're gonna get are Looks Don't Matter ebook, How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day ebook, The Bad Boy ebook, and 60-Second Game ebook. This collection covers everything you need to know about attracting and maintaining beautiful women in your life. This is what you're gonna learn: how to approach women with confidence, overcoming your fear of rejection, mastering conversations and how to flirt, improving your appearance and presence, dating multiple women without drama, staying out the friend zone, understanding female psychology, and much, much more. I've noticed that many men today are either afraid to approach women or have given up entirely, thinking it doesn't work anymore, right? I see a lot of videos on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube of women saying they don't want to be approached, and then they're saying they want to be approached, and guys are confused and guys are frustrated at approaching women. And so what I've done is that I've created a brand new program, right, that is only available on the massive game collection called Approaching Reborn, to motivate you guys to really go out there and approach. So this program, Approaching Reborn, is going to give you 5 easy, proven ways to start approaching women again without fear of constant rejection, right? So inside this program, you're going to learn the mindset shift that makes approaching natural and stress-free, also an approach style that drastically reduces instant rejection, and then 3 powerful ways to approach women in different situations for maximum results, and more insider tips when you check out this program. So not only are you going to get all these other programs, you're going to get this brand new program called Approaching Reborn that's going to teach you how to really go out there, approach, and get the results that you want. How much will you need to invest to get the massive game collection? Now, keep in mind, you're getting 24 products. So if you were to purchase each of these products individually, it will come up to $2,185 if you got all of these combined. But you're not gonna have to invest that much today, because from now up until August 31st, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can get the massive game collection for the low price of only $997. That's it. Only $997. So that means you're saving more than $1,000, right? Guys, let's be honest. You've probably spent more this year simping, tricking, going on dates with women who don't like you and waste your time. So now's the time to stop making the same mistakes you've been making and invest in yourself so you can get what you want out of the dating game. Now remember, you have from now up until August 31st, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to get on the discount price of $997, all right? Because on September 1st, the price is gonna go way, way up. So make sure you click the link below or go straight to shoplocario.com right now to get the massive game collection today. Yo, 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 we here. What's popping? What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the motherfucking dating game. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the building. What's good? Shout out to my lady April MC in the building. What's popping with your shout outs to? Who else we got up in here? Damn, we just started. We just started. And motherfuckers go. I think this is a monogamous player. What's going on?
Yes, sir, Mr. Locario. Yeah, I sent 10 to Miles right before your live stream.
What's up? What's going on?
Yeah, right before your live stream, I watched one of your short videos, and you dropped some heavy game, bro. some heavy game. We got to talk about it, bro, real quick.
Which video are you talking about?
Huh?
I said, which video are you talking about?
Yeah. It was a recent video that you did when you was basically saying that too many guys are worried about women cheating.
Oh, right. Yeah.
No, my God, bro. The game that you dropped, right?
Mm-hmm.
See, and I'm going to be honest, Mr. Locario, I never was worried about, like, you know, my woman cheating and shit like that, because it's not like, I was never that level or whatnot.
Right.
But I'm gonna talk about a monogamous mistake that a lot of guys can make when they're in a monogamous relationship or in a relationship in general, right? But metaphorically, right, why do you have to put all the locks on the door when, if a woman is in your foundation or stays in your foundation, right? If you leave the door open, when she comes back, she's going to lock the door herself.
Right.
So what I'm trying to say is, if there's a boundaries that's set, she already going to have a boundary set in the relationship for herself because she respects you so much.
Right. Exactly.
So you don't even have to even worry about the boundaries. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, Mr. Locario, I'm a fly ass nigga, right? Bro, you know how many times when I was out here single, I done went up to girls and they told me that they had a boyfriend?
Right.
So guys be stressing about that. And if you on point, you don't even realize, bro, women know how to deny shit.
Exactly.
They deny shit more than you think. You see what I'm saying? So you just got to let that be. You got to let that naturally be.
Right.
But then when you start locking the door and start having restrictions and all that and trying to control the woman, then that's when you can push her into the hands of other guys.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So you got to keep the door open for a woman to come back.
That's a fact.
And I've always had that understanding in any type of relationship that I had. You see what I'm saying? Or whatnot. You know, and one thing about being in a monogamous relationship, right? Because another thing you were saying, that on point niggas are rare. You know what I'm saying? So if you on point, I'm telling you, a lot of times, 99 out of 100 times, a woman is not going to even take that chance. You see what I'm saying? If she's smart, because she's not trying to lose that. You see what I'm saying? But when you in a monogamous relationship, and I've had this challenge of getting over, right? Because you only have one woman in your life at this point, or whatever, or you choose to have that,
right?
You kind of put yourself in position to only focus on her.
That's a fact.
But in reality, you have to keep focusing on yourself.
That's true.
Because that's why she was attracted to you, or any woman was attracted to you. When you overly focus on a woman, then that's when bullshit arguments and bullshit behaviors start to pop up. But when you focus on yourself, I'm telling you, bro, your woman gonna thrive.
That's a fact.
Under you.
That's a
I'm
fact.
telling you, she gonna thrive.
That's real shit.
Like Mr. Locario, I just want to like compare the times where I've caught myself overly focused on my woman early on, and then I've learned how to get back to this focusing on myself. Basically, what guys gotta understand this: don't learn how to include the woman, not overly focus on her.
Right.
So that's a different. It could be the same thing, but it's a whole different mindset. You know what I'm saying? So when you're doing your thing and you include her, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's happy. You know what I'm saying? But when you overly focus on her, now that's when the bullshit start to happen. You see what I'm saying? So in any relationship, learn how to still focus on you, and you include the people that you love or the people that you want to include. You see what I'm saying? Whether that's your woman or your brother, your mama, or whatever the case may be. But I just wanted to say that, Mr. Locario, because you really dropped some heavy game. If you don't mind just sharing a little bit more game on that topic.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. The thing is, well, mostly what it was about was the fact that you have guys who are afraid of their woman, you know, fucking with other dudes or leaving them for other dudes or having male friends and all these other things, right? But the problem is that the reason why they have the fear is because they're afraid of the woman going, but they're afraid of the woman going because they don't think they're valuable enough for the woman to want to stay. You see what I'm saying? And so the thing is that you got to see yourself as valuable, because if you see yourself as valuable and she wants to go, right? That has no bearings on your value. That doesn't make you less valuable because she wants to go. She's just deciding to go. And on top of that, you can't control what she's doing, meaning you can't control her desire to want to leave. You see what I'm saying? So you got to respect the fact that she want to leave if she want to leave. But the problem is guys are trying to find ways to, like, you know, to get her to stay. You know what I'm saying?
And Mr. Locario, it's another gem I just remember that you dropped, right? This is what you said. For a girl, sometimes for women to really know how on point you is, they gotta fuck with the lanes.
Exactly.
Or they gotta fuck with the niggas that's gonna take them through the bullshit for them to. Mr. Locario, in my past life, you know how many times I done left the door open for women and they came back later?
Right. Exactly. No,
they done dealt with whatever they dealt with, and somehow they found themselves back over here.
That's a fact. But that's what,
because once again, they went out there, they saw the difference, and they said, "Oh, monogamous, you know, is on point over here. I need to go back over here. Or I'd rather deal with monogamous over here than this shit."
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So you just gotta focus on you, basically.
That's
you see what I'm saying? And include the woman. So thank you so much, Mr. Locario. Keep dropping this game. Cigars to you, Miles, and the whole clan.
Yes, sir. You. All right, brother. Appreciate the call, fam. All right, so guys, call the numbers 844-672-7300, 844-672-7300 is the number. So today's topic, we're talking about why inexperienced guys pursue uncooperative, good-looking women. You feel what I'm saying? And these dudes do this all the time. So what does that mean? That means that you have guys who don't have a lot of experience dealing with women, and what they'll do is that they'll pursue a chick just because they're physically attracted to her. But they ignore the fact that the woman is on some bullshit. The woman's uncooperative. The woman has a bad attitude. The woman doesn't really like them. But the guy will pursue her because he's putting her physical beauty over him. He's putting how she looks over cooperation. You understand? And so what I want to show you guys real quick, because this is what made me think of this topic, right? So I saw a comment under one of my videos. And I think we were talking about something about complimenting chicks in the video. And so somebody left this comment. I'm going to read this whole entire comment because, and it's in two parts or whatever, but I'm reading the entire comment because I want you guys to, focus on what's being said so that you can see how when you're inexperienced when it comes to dealing with women, you think very surface level, and we're gonna dive deep into this. So this right here, let me move this thing from over here so I can see the whole thing. So this says, I'm confused on why this topic even needed to be discussed. I always thought it was obvious that putting a woman on a pedestal was stupid because that's how you end up playing yourself. And I always thought the dudes around me were compromising themselves, but I have learned that this what they actually want to do. This is gonna be hard to read because some of this is grammatically incorrect, right? Hold on, let me get through this real quick. So they're saying that, hold on, let me take this off just for a second. So it says, they compromise themselves because this is how you're supposed to get at these hot women type shit. I just gave up because I realized they would rather deal with the stress of being with a subpar woman that doesn't even like them like that, right? Now, so far, he's doing pretty good. He's like, why are these guys compromising themselves to make shit happen, right? So then he said, now here's my thing on complimenting a girl. I believe it doesn't matter what you say to her because even before you approach a girl, she already knows if she likes you or not. So it doesn't matter if a dude calls her sexy or not because they are either going to like the dude saying it or not, right? So now I got to stop him right there. So this is the thing that he said, and I'm going to get the calls right after this. This is the thing that he said that was incorrect, right? So he said that I believe it doesn't matter what you say to her because even before you approach a girl, she already knows if she likes you or not, which is incorrect. And this is a mistake that a lot of guys make. They think that a woman is interested in you before you approach. It is impossible for a woman to know that she's interested in you before you approach. Why? Because she has to get the entire feel and interaction with you to actually see if she's interested in you, right? She might think you're good looking from across the room. That doesn't mean that she likes you. That doesn't mean that she wants you. She actually has to interact with you and make something happen with you and see what's going on in the situation to see if she actually likes you. Because remember, you have to tell her what you want, what you're about, and where you're trying to go in the situation in order for her to actually agree to make it happen, right? Because this is the thing. Let's flip it. That's like saying, well, I know I like a girl from across the room. What would I like about her from across the room? Just the way she looks, correct? So all I'm seeing is something surface level, which is how she looks. Now, let's say I go over there and we have a conversation. And then when I have that conversation, I found out that she was born a man. So now, do I still like her? No. Let's say within that conversation, I find out that she has a incurable STD. Am I still really about it? Maybe not. Let's say I have a conversation with her, and within the conversation, I see she's being very uncooperative, weird, and, has horrible social skills. She's all over the place, right? So am I really, really feeling her? Not really. You see what I'm saying? So it's not just about you knowing from across the room. You actually have to engage, right? So now he says, now the only hard thing about getting hot women is finding them, because most women you see aren't hot anyway. But once you see one, everything else is easy from that point on. Now, I don't even believe in complimenting women like that. But if I do, I want her to be agreeable to what I'm saying. If any of her response reveals she has insecurity, self-esteem issues, but here's the thing. When you talk about complimenting women who are insecure about their looks by doing makeup, changing their dresses, etc., it doesn't matter what I said about her looks, because if a girl shows she's insecure, then she's immediately not the girl for me. There should be nothing, and I mean nothing, I have to do just to appeal to get around some girl's insecurity, just to show her that I'm different. I mean, think about it. I am doing that for someone who doesn't likes themselves, so that's crazy to me. Now, with all of that, I actually agree with him on that aspect. Now, here's where it's going to get ridiculous, because this is the last part of his comment. I want you guys to look at this. So he says, final thing, and this is the part we're going to talk about. He said, final thing, there's nothing attractive about a woman being cooperative with me. It's just something expected from a girl I really find attractive. Like if a girl isn't cooperating with me, then she is already gone. I shouldn't need to test her cooperation just to then be attracted to her. That's stupid to me. I am already attracted to her, but to each his own, I guess. And this is the part that gets crazy. He says, I believe a lot of dudes realize that they couldn't get the woman they found the most physically attractive. So they settled for the second best thing, which is cooperation, right? Now I gotta hit up the button. Then he says, and yes, I say cooperation is the second best trait a girl can have. But really, it's the third best, because your brain first has to decide if it's physically attracted to the girl, then decide if it likes who she is. Then it sees if the person it likes is cooperative with them. Right? So what he's saying in that last part, right? He's saying that, cooperation isn't the most important part. He's basically saying the most important part is the woman being physically appealing. And so this is what I'm talking about when I say that inexperienced guys pursue uncooperative, good-looking women. Right? Now, he's saying that, I want her to be cooperative, but he's saying that's not the most important part. What you got to understand is that the most important part is the cooperation. I'm going to say that again. The most important part is the cooperation. Why? Because her cooperation is a reflection of your value. I'm going to say that again. Her cooperation is a reflection of your value. And when I say it's a reflection of your value, I'm not saying that if she is being uncooperative, that you don't have any value. What I'm saying is that by her being uncooperative, that means that she's not recognizing the value, which is why she's uncooperative. You understand what I'm saying? So her being cooperative is her saying, I value you so much that I want to cooperate. I want to be on the same page as you. I want to do the things you're doing. I want to follow your lead. But what happens is inexperienced guys, what they do is that they put the physical appearance, they put the surface level stuff first, right? They put it first because what happens is that when you don't value yourself and you don't have a program, what you do is you put the physical appearance first. Because when you're inexperienced, you are not at the level where you know yourself enough to be able to see if the woman is up to your standard. But you have to have a certain mindset and you have to be at a certain level to have that standard in order to see if she lives up to it. And the standard has nothing to do with the looks. And this is why when guys are on point with the game, a woman can't really be attractive to a man with game unless she's cooperating. You understand what I'm saying? So when you see the woman and you're like, okay, she looks physically appealing to me. I like the way she looks, right? You still can't say that you're attracted to her because you have to be able to interact with her, right? To see if this is a chick you're in fact attracted to. But what happens is when you don't have game and you're inexperienced, you're automatically attracted based on the physical because you require nothing else. Just like earlier when he said, well, you know, you can see a woman or a woman knows if she likes you or not before you even come and approach. That's how he's thinking because he's thinking, I like women before I approach them. I'm interested in women before I even interact with them to see if they're worth my time. This is what I'm talking about when you're inexperienced. See, when you're inexperienced, surface level things seem like it. Oh, this is the pinnacle. Because you don't have the experience to realize that it's deeper than the surface. See, think about it this way. I'll give you an example. I remember when, this is years ago, when my nephew was a baby, and this was around Christmas time, right? So we had the presents under the tree. The presents were wrapped, gift wrapped, and the gift wrapped presents looked amazing, right? So you had different presents in different sizes, and the wrapping paper looked good, and it looked nice and pretty, right? So the outer appearance of the present, which was the wrapping paper and what it's wrapped in and all this other stuff, looked nice. So when we opened the presents, we ripped the paper off and went into the box and got the present. What my younger nephew was doing was he was crawling and grabbing the paper and playing with the paper. You understand what I'm saying? And so because my younger nephew is inexperienced, right? He doesn't understand, because he's a baby, that the gift is deeper than just the paper and the wrapping and how good that looks. But he's playing around with it. Why? Because he's inexperienced. He doesn't even realize that what's inside the box that's in the gift is greater than the wrapper. Right? So a lot of these guys who are inexperienced, they're like the baby playing around with the wrapping paper. You understand? Because they don't have experience dealing with women. You understand what I'm saying? They don't have any experience. So that's all they require to, oh my God, this is so cool. This is so fun. That's what they require to keep them entertained. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is that in the guy's, passage, where he was saying was, well, I don't need a test for cooperation because the girl should just be cooperative already. But the girl that's cooperative, right? I have to be physically attracted to her. right? And that makes sense. You want the woman that's cooperating with you. You also want to be physically attracted to her, right? But the problem is that he said that cooperation is not first. And when you say cooperation is not first, what you're also saying is that your program is not first. Your value is not first. Because when she's cooperating, what is she cooperating with? She's cooperating with your program. So when you say that cooperation isn't important, what you're also saying is your program is not important. When you say cooperation isn't important, what you're saying is what you want isn't important, right? When you say the cooperation isn't important, what you're saying is your standards aren't important. And what you're essentially saying is her physical appeal is more important than you. It's really that simple. I'm gonna say it again. You're saying her physical appeal is more important than you. And that's what inexperienced guys do. They say the woman's physical appeal is more important than them, which is why they decide to pursue good-looking women who are uncooperative. That's why the PUAs tell you, oh, just pass her shit test, bro. Because they're putting the woman's uncooperative behavior, right, in the forefront, right? And they're saying, you know what? That's fine that she's acting this way because, you know, I actually put the beauty in front of the cooperation, I should say. They're like, I'm going to put her physical appeal in front of the cooperation. I'm going to put how she looks in front of my program. I'm going to put how she, her titties and her ass in front of my plans. I'm going to put how physically appealing she is in front of my program and what I'm trying to do. Crazy. But let me bring back up the phone lines real quick. So I'm gonna turn back on the phone line. So if you guys want to call in, I know 239 was trying to call in. Let me try to call him back.
Sorry, the person you are calling is.
All right, so this person's not there. All right, so 239, call back. I'll say you was trying to call in. Whoever else was to call in, the call-in number is, let me put the, there we go. 239, what's popping?
Hey, this is Caleb calling from Boca. I'm 21 now.
What's
and
up?
I donated $10 to your PayPal.
All right, that's what's up. Appreciate you. So what's going on?
Hey, man, I just got a quick question from yesterday's show with Steve.
Uh-huh.
So my question is, you said that if you go up to a group of chicks, like talking about the guy they're talking about that one guy who was saying that he went up to all the chicks and singled out the woman that he wanted and said, I want to fuck the shit out of you, which he clearly didn't do. But what you said was going up to chicks saying, hey, how y'all ladies doing tonight? And then saying, isn't it crazy that everyone here wants to have sex? Like, that's crazy. And then after that, you said that I like to fuck women in the ass. And then you said that's indirect. I could kind of see how it is, right? Because you're not like pointing the chick exactly or really talking about yourself in the situation. You're talking about like, you're just talking, right? You're not really flirting.
Yeah. So what happened was he said, this is what he said. And this is how I knew he was, he doesn't really approach groups of women correctly. Is he said that what he made it sound like he was saying is that he goes up to a group of women and just starts just straight up telling them like he wants to fuck one of the girls in the group. You understand what I'm saying? Which I knew he wasn't doing. And so what happened was what he was really doing was he was having conversation with the whole group and then just bringing the topic up as a topic of conversation. He was not directing what he was saying about him specifically and a specific woman. You understand what I'm saying? That's why it's indirect. So he's not actually, being direct about what he wants to do with any particular woman in the group. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes sense now. And, I can kind of see it because he definitely was not making that happen on the call. And I know from experience that if you do that, then, you know, you're going to have someone probably talk over you or just end that shit immediately. It's not going to work out.
Yeah, well, the thing is,
but that was really it.
Yeah, well, the thing is, you can tell he wasn't direct because he wasn't direct on the call. So the thing is, the way that you are is gonna be how you're gonna be throughout, you know, all these other interactions that you're having in life, right? So if he's scared to be direct with us, then that shows that he's gonna be scared to be direct with the women that he's talking to. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And I remember you on the call, you called him passive as well. So
right,
there you go.
Exactly.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, man. And
yes,
also the topic of this, I do find it crazy that, you know, this guy would say, well, I made a comment in the chat. I was just talking about how this guy was saying this crap, but hey, I don't really remember. So that was it, really. I appreciate the call, man.
All right, brother. Appreciate the call, fam. I'm gonna let you, man. All right. So yeah, that's the thing, man, is that a lot of guys who are inexperienced pursue women who are good looking, but the woman is uncooperative. She has an attitude. She's not listening to him, but because she looks good, he wants to get her. And the reason why he wants to get her is because he likes the validation of being with a woman he thinks is good looking, so other people can see him with the good looking woman. And so he can prove to himself that he can get a good looking woman because he thinks getting a good looking woman makes him the man. Now, again, I'm not saying this to say you shouldn't deal with women who you think are good looking. You should. That's what you're supposed to do. That should be a given, right? That should be a given. If you're out here talking to women, right, you should be talking to the women that you find attractive. Yes? So the thing is that should already be a given as far as you find them attractive on the physical realm. You understand? You're like, okay, I like the way she looks. The problem is that when you are sitting there saying, well, you know, I expect her to be cooperative. So now I push that to the side. And then now I make the looks the most important part. You understand? Because what I want you to see what he said. He said that, where was he at? He said, I'm already attracted to her, but to each his own. He said, I believe this is another thing. He said, I believe a lot of dudes realized they couldn't get the woman they found the most physically attractive. So they settled for the second best thing, which is cooperation. You see what I'm saying? You see how the language exposes? So he's saying that cooperation is the second best thing to how she looks. Insane. This is insanity. So basically what he's also saying is that it would make sense to deal with a woman who is physically appealing, so much so that it shouldn't matter if she's not cooperative. And see, this is how guys delude themselves. This is why, for example, a lot of the PUAs, see, they believe that the hotter the girl looks, the more difficult it is to, you know, make shit happen with her. So they already in their mind have prepared themselves for uncooperative behavior with a woman. And this is why if I say, hey, listen, just be direct with a woman, let a chick know what it is, see if she's cooperating and keep the shit moving. They're going to say, well, Locario, the girls you get must be ugly. The girls you're talking to aren't attractive, because if they're just going to go with you at the snap of a finger, then that means that they must be unattractive, because hot girls, right? They're not easy like that. You got to go through a whole bunch of shit. You got to demonstrate high value. You got to pass her shit test. You got to do this. You got to do that. You got to do this. You got to do that, right? And so they've already prepared their mind to deal with women who are good looking, but give them a hard time, because they want to normalize it. They want you to think it's normal. You understand? But that's not normal. What's happening is the woman is uncooperative because she's not attracted to you. It's that simple. Women who are attracted to you cooperate. It's that simple. You see what I'm saying? So he said, he said, and yes, I say cooperation is the second best trait a girl can have. But and then he says, but really it's the third. So then he says, because your brain first has to decide if it's physically attracted to the girl, then decide if it likes who she is. Then it sees if the person it likes is cooperative. So let's talk about that. He said, first it has to see if the girl's physically attractive. Then you have to like who she is. So what is this who she is that you like? And then he says, then you see if she's cooperative. Because see, he doesn't understand cooperation. You see what I'm saying? Because what are we talking about? Like who she is? Who is she that you're supposed to like? Because when you're talking to a woman, right? You have to understand that who she is should be who you are. See, that's gonna fly over a lot of niggas' heads. That's gonna fly. That's already went. What are you talking about, Locario? Who she is should be who you are. What does that mean? That means when a woman decides to cooperate with you, she is deciding to follow you. She's deciding to go in your direction. So she's essentially being who you are. So why would I need to like who she is when who she is should be who I am? What are we talking about? Right? See, if I own Target, if that's my company, and people who work there wear red shirts, right? That means that when you see that person, you're like, that is a Target employee. You're not like, oh, I got to know who she is. No, I got to know who no. I can see that that person is part of what Target is and about because they're wearing the Target red shirt, right? Right. You see what I'm saying? So again, this is what I'm saying where guys who are inexperienced don't understand this. Because inexperienced guys are like, hey, what's up, girl? I want to get to know you. Let me get your number so I can get to know you. Get to know what? What are you trying to get to know? All you need to know is, A, is this woman coachable? And B, is she's sexually attracted? You understand? So, but that's why guys have a problem with who she is because they don't like the reflection. That's some. See, they don't like the reflection of they don't like what she's reflecting about him. That's the real shit. See, guys, understand that if you have a masculine identity and you love yourself and you know who you are, right? And you're a leader, the woman is going to follow you. You understand? She's going to follow you, which means she's cooperating. Operate. What is she operating? She's operating within your program. Right? So he said first is physical, then it's liking who she is, and then it's cooperation. What are we talking about? See, this is what happens when guys are inexperienced. You understand what I'm saying? Because when you're inexperienced, you're always going to be surface level. You understand? You said it's similar to what Miles said the other day. You saw your reflection, saw a monster, and you ran. Exactly. That's a fact. But let me see what some of these questions are saying. And guys, you can call up now because this is going to be a short show. We're going to do probably another 25 minutes and we're going to be out of here. So if you guys want to call up, now is the time. You feel me? Now is the time. You said, I asked the bouncer today about approaching a woman by telling that I think she has beautiful ass. He said it's illegal. I really want to say it. How do you do it and avoid fights? Am ethnic, by the way. What the? Come on. Omar, you're going to have to call up, fam. You're going to have to call up. You have to call up if you want to talk about that. Can a guy with weak game can have a poly relationship? Absolutely not. Impossible. It says, I will just say that like this, nobody wants to lean in and kiss a vacuum cleaner, but there are several and many kinds of chicks that are appealing to the eyes, but still they should, what? I'm confused. It says, is the issue with him saying he expects cooperation in the fact that he is so hung up on the looks that he can no longer tell if she is cooperative or not? Well, what happens is when dudes are so caught up on the looks, they ignore the bullshit. Or what happens is that they accept the bullshit and try to normalize it. See, the thing is this. The guys want a reason to be able to chase the woman. So if they're being losers by chasing the woman, right? They're going to justify it by saying, but she's hot, bro. Right? All these guys want her. So I have to do this to stand out. I got to chase her. I got to show her that I really want to make it happen and blah, 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 blah. Because she's so hot, that means she's harder to attract. You understand what I'm saying? Because what does it mean when you give a woman your number on the dating app and tell her to call you, but she gives you her number instead? Is that interest? No, she should basically be calling you. You understand what I'm saying? Or she should text you or whatever you tell her to do. Right? But what you want to do is that when you tell her to hit you up, right, you want to give her specific instructions. You know what I'm saying? So you say, hey, here's my number. Text me tonight or text me at 8 p.m. or whatever it is. Right? So you're basically telling her what to do with the number. You see what I'm saying? Because call you is just like, all right, I'll call you whenever. You see what I'm saying? But you want to give her a specific time to call you, right? Either call me today, which is within that 24 hours, or text me today, or text me at this specific time. You see what I'm saying? It says, what you say are some exceptions when a woman has high interest but can't do exactly what you're telling her to do. Wait, what? What are you talking about? What do you say? You said what I say are some exceptions. Oh, you're saying like what are exceptions to the rule when a woman has high interest but can't do exactly what you're telling her to do? No, this is the thing. If a woman has high interest, she's going to do what you tell her to do. The only thing that will cause it to not happen is logistics. Like, so y'all can talk about the logistics, but you telling her to do a specific thing, she should be doing that. So let's say, for example, you tell the girl, hey, here's my number. Text me, at 8 o'clock. And then she might say, oh, I can't text at 8 because I got to be at work from 8 to midnight or whatever it is like that. And you say, okay, cool. Hit me up at 12:30 when you get off of work. And then she's like, all right, sounds good. Right? You see what I'm saying? That's just logistics, but she's still doing what you said because you're just working out how to get the thing done. You understand what I'm saying? Just like if you was to set up a date, you say, hey, let's meet up Friday, 8 o'clock for drinks. And then she says, oh, I would love to, but I'm going to be out of town Friday, but I come back Sunday. Is it possible we can meet Sunday? And you say, well, listen, I'm busy Sunday, but we could do Monday though. Monday night. Are you free? She says, oh yeah, I'm definitely free. And then y'all make it happen. You see what I'm saying? So she's still working within what you're saying, right? So that's still her doing that. Now, if you tell a girl, hey, let's meet up for drinks Friday, and she says, well, I'd rather you take me to dinner, right? And then that's a different story. That's a different story. You see what I'm saying? So you want to make sure that, the girl is following the situation and following what you're talking about. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, understand that the more inexperienced you are, the more surface level you're going to be when it comes to this, right? Because the stupid part about all this is this, right? Is that when you are doing what you do, right? When it comes to dealing with women, the more experience you have, right? Your outlook on certain things are going to be way different. You understand what I'm saying? Than the average dude who has little to no experience, right? Because the guy who has little to no experience, he's still in the mindset of chasing a woman because of the way she looks, right? When your game gets tighter, you realize chasing a woman, period, is ridiculous. When your game gets tighter, you realize, wait a second, I like to do these things. So since I like to do these things, any woman that I fuck with has to also like to do these things, right? Then you start to say your game is tighter. You say, listen, I'm not dealing with any woman at all unless she's doing these things. So now when you approach a woman and talk to her, you say, yeah, she look good. Physically, she looks good, but she's not doing these things. So because she's not doing these things, I'm not fucking with her. Right? So the thing is this, is that if you see a woman and you're physically attracted to her, right? You'll go over there and you'll talk to her. Why? Because you're physically attracted to her. Now you say, okay, cool. I need to see if this woman is up to my standard. You understand what I'm saying? Because the physical shit is just surface level. This is what these guys don't understand. And so when you're surface level, the physical is super important. And this is the crazy part. Why would you deal with a woman and PPR? Yes, you can call in, but you got to donate, right? Why would you deal with a woman who is uncooperative just because she looks good when you can get with a woman who is also, cooperative and she looks good? Oh, shit, hello. Right? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? If you can get with a woman who is good looking and cooperative, why would you settle for a woman who's good looking, but she's not cooperative? Does that even make sense? Like it makes no sense. Why would you do that? So I'm not telling you to disregard her physical. I'm saying, yes, you're like, I'm physically attracted to this woman. How about I see if the woman I'm physically attracted to is cooperative? You see what I'm saying? But understand, cooperation is the most important part, because if she's physically attractive, but she is not cooperative, then I'm not going to fuck with her. But guys who are inexperienced, they will fuck with her even though she is uncooperative just because she's physically attractive. You see what I'm saying? That's the crazy shit. That is the crazy shit right there. So you guys got to understand that you don't want to be out here dealing with these chicks just because you're like, oh, well, she looks good. And then you're in situations where the chick's giving you a headache. She's fucking has an attitude. She's disrespecting you. She's bringing drama to your life. It's crazy. So what if you really want her and not the 3 through 5 that are usually cooperative? Any game on being patient to get what you want, or it's all about having overnight success? So Lloyd Ringo, What are you talking about? You said, what if you really want her and not the 3 to 5 that are usually cooperative? You see how your language exposes you? So first of all, why are you talking to the girl that you figure is a 3 through 5? That's one. And you're doing that because you don't love yourself. You don't believe that you can get a woman who you think is physically attractive. That's one. And two, why don't you just talk to more women you find physically attractive and then deal with the one who is actually cooperative? You understand what I'm saying? Now, let me get to even deeper levels of the game. Let's get a little deeper. Just a little bit. Right now. So what the average guy does, right, is he will see a woman who he is physically attracted to, and just because he is physically attracted to her, right, he wants to go up and approach her and, talk to her and see what could go down, right? And so he's compelled just based on the physical, right? Now, what happens is, and this is what happens when you have more experience. When you have more experience, the woman that the inexperienced guy is going over to talk to just because he's physically attracted to her, right? The guy with experience is not physically attracted to the woman the same way the inexperienced guy is physically attracted to the woman, right? Because what happens is when the experienced guy, has dealt with women, and since he has experience, he has a wide range of situations, circumstances, and things that he's been with, dealt with dealing with women, right? To where he understands, okay, even though she looks this way, right? Off rip, that's not the end all be all. So the inexperienced guy, because she looks this way, he believes it's the end all be all, right? Let's go further. The experienced guy has already had sex with multiple women who look just like the woman he's looking at. The inexperienced guy either hasn't had sex with those type of women, or if he did, he's been chasing, tricking, and simping to make it happen, right? The experienced guy realizes that good sex is not connected to just how the physical looks. He understands that a woman being on point and pleasant to be around is not connected to just how she looks. The inexperienced guy has no idea. The inexperienced guy deludes himself into thinking that dealing with a woman who's uncooperative is the norm because she's physically appealing, because he has no experience. The experienced guy understands that he can get cooperation from women no matter how they look. Hold on, you said my shit is fucking up? Really? You said my shit is, you said I'm zagging over here. Is that me? For real? Y'all can't see me? Hold on, let me double check. They're saying it's fucking up. Okay, so April said that I'm fine on. It said nah, we good. So it's probably Joe Blast then. That's funny. So yeah, so probably it was just Joe on Joe Blast joints. Okay, so everything's good. All right, cool. So let me see what some more of these questions are saying. Says, is the park a good spot to flirt with the ladies? You can flirt with the ladies anywhere. You understand what I'm saying? You can flirt with the ladies anywhere. It says, can you talk about testing a woman for crazy behavior? Okay, so What it is not necessarily you're testing her for crazy behavior. You're testing her for cooperative behavior, right? Because what happens is that women sort of need, like, so you're going to have women who have mental problems. They're going to have issues. I'm not talking about those women, right? I'm saying that a woman who is, not crazy, but can get crazy, usually can get that way because you give her a space to do so. When you are interacting with a woman and she knows she has to cooperate to fuck with you, she has no space to get crazy. She either does what you say or you don't fuck with her. And she knows this. See, women can get crazy because they deal with guys who are indirect. They deal with guys who don't have experience. They deal with guys who, are all over the place. And then they can just do whatever they want. And shit just gets crazy. Right? So aside from the women who have actual mental problems, right? What happens is that you can create an environment for a woman to be on some crazy shit. And that happens because you're not leading. You see what I'm saying? That happens because you are making a woman's, the way she looks, you're making that the end all be all. Right? So you ignore the bullshit that she might be on. You see what I'm saying? So that's what it's about. All right, so people, we about to wrap this up. So guys, make sure that you guys go to shoplocario.com to get the online dating consultations. Also, make sure you guys get the massive game collection. Make sure you guys do that. Get that cracking. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that you guys go and get that going, cracking. Also, go to badboymembership.com to get how to train yourself in 90 days to attract and maintain hot women. Make sure you guys do that. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that you guys go to CunninghamElements.com to get the parfum, shea butter, and soap. Make sure you guys get that. You feel me? Make sure you guys go to masculineidentitymembership.com. Oh yeah, and also find me on TikTok. What is my TikTok joint? Hold on, let me see. What is my TikTok? I think it's at Real Mr. Locario. Let me double check. Follow me on TikTok and shit. So April put up the link so you can follow me on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? So go there, follow me on TikTok on, it's at Mr. Locario on TikTok. So at Mr. Locario, you can find me on TikTok over there. So it says, I'm getting a lot of matches on dating apps, but not consistent cooperation when trying to set up dates. Is it my profile or how the majority of women are on dating apps? Well, listen, this is what I would tell you, right? I know this website. I don't know if you heard of it, right? It's this dope ass website that'll really help you out. And it's called shoplocario.com. And on the website, we got this joint called the online dating consultation. And all you got to do is book your session on the online dating consultation, and we will teach you how to send the messages to get the woman to come and fuck with you, man. And we've been trying to tell you this forever. You understand what I'm saying? So go to shoplocario.com so that you can step up your online dating game. You feel what I'm saying? So that you can start getting these women to actually get your pop with you. Because this is the thing. You're saying you get a lot of matches on the dating apps, but what's happening is the reason why it's not consistent or you're not getting consistent cooperation is because there's something that's probably happening in your profile that is inconsistent with your pictures and or your messages. You see what I'm saying? And so we teach you how to have that consistent flow from the pictures, bio, messages. You understand what I'm saying? So make sure you guys go to shoplocario.com to get your online dating consultation. You feel me? So make sure you guys get that cracking. All right. So that's pretty much it, man. We will holler at y'all later. All right. And I will holler at you guys What's today? Wednesday. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. And remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone. I'm out. Yo, yo, yo. What's up? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. And I want to introduce you to the massive game collection. This is 24 products that I've done over the past 2 decades, right? That you're going to get for one low price. Check this out. Now, in the massive game collection, you're going to get my audio and video programs, seminars, and ebooks. These audio and video programs include How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day audiobook, The Bad Boys Guide to Dating program, Master Approaching Women in 30 Days or Less, The Magnificent 10 Crucial Dating Tips for Men, Man Up, Principles Every Man Should Live By, The Abundance Mindset, How to Date Multiple Women Successfully, The Confidence Booster, Become the Man Women Naturally Desire, The Conversation Booster, Know Exactly What to Say to Spark Attraction, The Secret Woman Code, 7 Things Women Do to Deceive and Play Games, The Simple Way to Talk to Women, What Every Man Should Know About Sex, Dating, and Relationships, and Stop Being Nice and Friendly, How to Escape the Friend Zone for Good. Now, the seminars you're going to get are Expectations versus Reality Seminar, The Bad Boy Seminar, The Truth About the Game Seminar, How to Pick Up and Date Multiple Women Seminar, The Manhood and the Game Seminar, Reclaim the Game Seminar, and Step Up Your Dating Game Audio Seminar. And the ebooks that you're gonna get are Looks Don't Matter ebook, How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day ebook, The Bad Boy ebook, and 60-second game ebook. This collection covers everything you need to know about attracting and maintaining beautiful women in your life. This is what you're gonna learn. How to approach women with confidence, overcoming your fear of rejection, mastering conversations and how to flirt, improving your appearance and presence, dating multiple women without drama, staying out the friend zone, understanding female psychology, and much, much more. I've noticed that many men today are either afraid to approach women or have given up entirely thinking it doesn't work anymore, right? I see a lot of videos on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube of women saying they don't want to be approached. And then they're saying they want to be approached. And guys are confused and guys are frustrated at approaching women. And so what I've done is that I've created a brand new program, right? That is only available on the massive game collection called Approaching Reborn, to motivate you guys to really go out there and approach. So this program, Approaching Reborn, is going to give you 5 easy proven ways to start approaching women again without fear of constant rejection, right? So inside this program, you're going to learn the mindset shift that makes approaching natural and stress-free, also an approach style that drastically reduces instant rejection, and then 3 powerful ways to approach women in different situations for maximum results, and more insider tips when you check out this program. So not only are you going to get all these other programs, you're going to get this brand new program called Approaching Reborn that's going to teach you how to really go out there, approach, and get the results that you want. How much will you need to invest to get the massive game collection? Now, keep in mind, you're getting 24 products. So if you were to purchase each of these products individually, it will come up to $2,185 if you got all of these combined. But you're not gonna have to invest that much today, because from now up until August 31st, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can get the massive game collection for the low price of only $9.97. That's it. Only $9.97. So that means you're saving more than $1,000, right? Guys, let's be honest. You've probably spent more this year simping, tricking, going on dates with women who don't like you and waste your time. So now's the time to stop making the same mistakes you've been making and invest in yourself so you can get what you want out of the dating game. Now remember, you have from now up until August 31st, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to get on the discount price of $9.97, all right? Because on September 1st, the price is gonna go way up. So make sure you click the link below or go straight to shoplocario.com right now to get the massive game collection today.